Request Professor Dr. Jay Shankar Oja from Faculty Swami Sukhdevanand Law College, Shahjahanpur, to come and present on legal education in India.
Much for inviting to me to present my view on this topic. First, I would like to thank dignitaries on the dais, of the dais, and respected eminent jurists who are present in this August hall. Respected Professor Pramod Tiwari ji, Professor of Delhi University, and Kesari Nandan Sharma ji, Banaras Hindu University. I would like to present my view on the topic of legal education in India, a maturing domain. This is my research paper. Today, I stand before you, discuss this topic. This is not only relevant, but also crucial to our ever-evolving legal process. The globalization of legal education, it is subject that touches upon the very foundation of our legal system in India. It has far-reaching implication for the future justice, governance, and international cooperation. This is the important topic, but I would like to focus on some historical aspect regarding the legal education. Concept of the legal education has been defined as a science where the legal principles are studied by a person entering in the legal arena. And it is the first step to get familiar with all the basic principles of the law and legal jurisprudence. The aim of the legal education, right from the very beginning, a person who wants to take a legal education, he has a capacity to develop a region in a person and help a person who want to become a law-abiding citizens. And being a civilized citizens, it increases the probability of his surrounding to become a civilized and law-abiding as well. When we are talking about a maturing domain, if we go through this whole journey, the legal education, it is the clear that there is an evaluation in the way of imparting a legal education and the purpose, why it is imparted. Like a person who understands things a day by day with the development of the region. Legal education has shown a maturity in its character. There was a time when a concern was shown about the legal education not being in good state and the legal practitioner not getting the opportunity either to practice or getting engaged in the profession like Britishers. But today we have a powerful judicial system having its own authority over the designated area and showing possibility of lacuna through judicial activism. When we discuss about the historical aspect of the legal education, the history of legal education is filled with the multifaceted dimension. From the time when it was only seen as inherent in a learning of an individual through the contemporary evaluation system of his own conscience, to the time when a very possible being done to give a legal education formally, not only to have a good conduct. When we discuss about the primary stage of the legal education, Vedas was the supreme source of the law, which is known as the Shruti under the Hindu jurisprudence. As per the Hindu jurisprudence, Shruti, it was revealed on our sages, and whatever revealed on their mind, it becomes a primary source of the law. It was escorted and very difficult to interpret the things which are in Vedas,
Sir, request you to
so
wind
that
up.
later on Smriti came into the existence, and Adimanav Manu, who systematically arranged, then it becomes a source of the law.
Sir, request you to wind up, maybe come to the findings and conclusion.
This is the historical aspect in ancient era, in medieval era. All of you know about the Quran. It was the sources of, primary sources of the law, ijma, qiyas, etc. In the middle period, there is also a Fatwa Alamgiri. This is the source in the middle era and the period of the legal British era, who have a degree of the bar at law. They were only entitled to practice before the High Court, and it was only passion to take a degree. Simultaneously, they were completed law degree courses and other also courses. After the independence, 1948, law was totally neglected and it was a setback. After 1988, National Law University introduced first time in Bangalore. And after that, I think when the Bar Council of India came into the force, Bar Council of India tried to systematic mode of the legal education in a entire country. But at present time, we have seen certain university related with a center university, state university, and others colleges also provide legal education.
Professor Ojha, requesting you to stick to time, please.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I have 2 or 3 minutes.
Sir, actually your time is 1 more minute, so we can.
Thank you very much. I want to focus on the challenges in globalization of legal education. Despite the undeniable benefits of the globalization of legal education, it also presents the challenges and the complexities. One of the primary challenges is ensuring the quality and consistency of legal education across the different jurisdictions. While international standards and accreditation mechanism exist, there remain a need for ongoing collaboration and dialogue among legal educators and institutions to uphold the dignity, integrity and rigor of the legal education worldwide, because the comparative perspective is essential in a globalized world where legal profession often encounter cross-border legal issues that require an appreciation of diverse legal traditional and principles. Today, students and scholars can easily access legal resources and collaborate with the peers from diverse culture and legal background through online platform and international networks. The excellence of idea not only enriches the learning experience but also foster cross-cultural understanding and cooperation in the legal field. So this is the view regarding this topic. Thank you very much for giving an opportunity to express my view on this important topic, and I hope that this session will find out certain principles which will be beneficiaries not only for the academician but also for the lawmakers, those who are the legislatures and those who are the judges, they interpret the law. Thank you very much for giving opportunity to express my view. Thank you very much.
Thank you.